chocolate chip cookie is the best as far as cookies go. With its crispy outer edge and soft, ooey gooey center, it's the ultimate treat. Today, I'm gonna be sharing my work contest winning chocolate chip cookies recipe that I'm sure will be a winner in your house too. So I'm gonna start by browning my butter, and what that does is toast up the milk solids and it gives our cookie that depth of flavor. You'll notice it very subtly in the cookies. And if you're wondering, yes, the type of butter does matter. I've made so many chocolate chip cookies, and the best one by far that I've ever used is this one by Kerrygold. It's pure Irish butter. This is not sponsored at all, but I just really recommend using quality ingredients so that you get a really delicious cookie. So what I'm gonna do is add half a cup of unsalted butter, or 8 tablespoons of unsalted butter, into my pan, and I'll just let it melt slowly on medium-low heat. This butter is a really rich yellow color. You'll notice that the butter is starting to bubble up and the milk solids are starting to sink to the bottom. That's when you have to keep a really close eye on it, as it'll turn into brown butter very quickly. The butter will start having smaller bubbles and you can start seeing through the butter a lot more clearly. So our brown butter is a beautiful golden hue like this, and it's gonna provide so much depth in our cookies. And if you see the bubbles like this, it's not a problem at all. I'm just gonna transfer it into our mixing bowl and let it cool down for about 5 minutes before I add in the rest of our ingredients. If it's too hot, it tends to create a pretty greasy cookie. For the perfect chocolate chip cookie with a crispy outside and a warm, soft, chewy inside, I'm gonna be using 2 sugars, half a cup of white sugar and half a cup of brown sugar. So the white sugar will give our cookie that delicate crisp, while the brown sugar with the molasses in it will provide that extra chew. And then with my spatula, we'll just mix. I'm gonna mix it until the butter is fully incorporated and the sugars are nice and fluffy. Then I'm gonna add 1 egg at room temperature and mix it again. At this point, your batter should look kind of like slime with this lava-like consistency. And what I like to do at this point is add in our vanilla, salt, and baking soda and mix it thoroughly before adding the flour and chocolate chips. This is so that everything is fully incorporated and even. I like using coarse kosher salt here. I always aim the baking soda into the pool of vanilla extract so that it can activate. And again, just give it a really good mix. What I love about this recipe is that you don't need any fancy equipment. I don't need a big mixer, a hand mixer, just my arm strength and a spatula. Now I'm gonna add our flour and chocolate chips in at the same time. This way it mixes evenly and I feel like it doesn't create any unnecessary clumping or mixing. For the chocolate chips, I like using really dark chocolate, and I like the chocolate chips to be pretty big, like these rounds are fairly large. For me, I like to mix it until I don't see any white flour left in here, meaning that it's fully incorporated with our batter. Just like that. Now on a baking sheet that I've already lined with parchment paper, I'm gonna use my large cookie scoop. Some may call this an ice cream scooper, but clearly you guys see what I use it for. I'm gonna scoop large dollops, 6 of them, onto this baking sheet. Our cookie dough is nice, soft, and pliable. And then after each scoop, I just kind of like to clean up the edges a little bit. I'll space them about 2 inches apart since they will flatten and spread quite a bit. At this point, you have lots of options. For me, I like to sprinkle a little bit of Malden sea salt, which is fleur de sel. It complements the semi-sweet chocolate really well. I'm gonna take a tiny pinch and press it into my dough ball. Just a few of them. So I tend to like my cookies flat and round because it creates those beautiful crisp edges. But if you tend to like chocolate chip cookies that are more like a mound, not too thick, not too thin, go ahead and pop it in the fridge for about 5 to 10 minutes so that the butter can cool down and holds its structure while it bakes. I'm just gonna keep it as is and pop it into the oven at 350 degrees and bake it for about 12 minutes. If only you guys could smell this. It smells incredible. But now I'm gonna let them sit for 5 to 8 minutes to fully cool down until we can handle them and dunk it into some milk. That crispy edge. I can't tell which part is my favorite, but dunked in a glass of milk, this combo is just perfection. The center is soft and buttery with those chocolate chip nuggets in there. It's so decadent. And the outer edges have that slight crisp to it, but not too hard. It's delicate. It's everything you would want in a cookie. If you guys end up making this recipe, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Honeysuckle. I love seeing your creations and resharing them. Thank you so much for watching. Comment below and let me know how you like your chocolate chip cookies and if you guys have ever seen a better one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!